Good evening, YouTube family. Tio here with Simplistic Fishing. Hey, just got back from Lake Tawakoni. Had a pretty good day. Not too bad. I think we had 7 fish overall with 4 keepers. Have the video coming soon, so hopefully you guys will see that. But before we can kick out that video, let's go ahead and do the breakdown for Lake Tawakoni. I'm going to split this up into 2 different sections. I'm only going to do the Google Earth side only because this lake, really, if you're fishing it, you should stay shallow. Yes, you can go out and fish deeper and catch fish in Lake Tawakoni, and we know we've done it a few times, but we have a lot more success when we just stay up shallow on this lake. So with that being said, I'm going to skip the whole Navionics portion for Tawakoni, and let's just do the Google Earth waypoints. So let's get started. We're going to start in Zone 1, the north side of Tawakoni. Let's get it going. All right, as I mentioned in the intro, we're going to break this down into 2 different videos. So the first video, which will be tonight's video, that's going to be focused more on the northern side of Lake Tawakoni. And then the second video will break down the southern side. So let's start here at Highway 276. We'll start right there at the ramp. And I want to talk to you guys real quick about the different dates that I'm going to use here. So I'm going to use 2016 for the most part because I want to show you guys some different things and you can see the rocks a lot better and stuff like that. But then we're going to draw it back to March of 2014 when we want to look at creek channels, brush piles, and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get started. We're talking about rocks. You got a lot of rocks right here around the ramp. This ramp looks a lot different now, but you got a lot of rocks still that are there. You got some debris that's over here. Be careful when you're fishing here. There's a lot of bank fishermen that fish over here, and there's a lot of line in the water. You'll get your crankbaits and stuff stuck in. And then as we're moving up, I wanted to talk to you real quick. I didn't mark these, but I call these stick-ups. I have no idea what the technical term is, nor do I honestly really even care. I just call them stick-ups. It's basically just brush that's in the water. But these things can be gold mines. On Tawakoni, on Richland Chambers, on pretty much all these lakes that are in Texas that have them. If you see them, you usually want to fish them for the most part. Now with Tawakoni has a ton of them. So my suggestion would be find these stick-ups that are out there. Find the ones that are near points, like on the edges of points. This one looks pretty good. It's pretty close to a point. Or find them the ones that are close to creek channels. So if you can find them close to creek channel, that's even better. So again, I started to mark these for you, but there's so many of them in Tawakoni. I pulled them back because I didn't want to add too many waypoints out there. So got some good stick-ups here. Some more here that are close to a point. You got some in the back of pockets in here. All kinds of good stuff going on. You got some more back in here. In this area, you've got a boat ramp. So if you've watched any of my videos, you've always heard me say, always fish the ramps. If you see any ramp there, definitely fish them, especially those private ramps. Those can be even better. In fact, there was a YouTube video that just got put out by Randy Blockett, Intuitive Angling with Randy. And he actually talked about boat ramps and how to fish the boat ramps and how to fish the boat ramp in different types of seasons. So definitely go check out his video. I thought that was a great video, and it kind of reinforces what I talked to you guys about fishing these boat ramps and telling you that is a tournament winning pattern if you can figure it out. Not all the time, but it can definitely be a tournament winning pattern at certain times of the year. So again, we got a boat ramp here. More stick-ups, just kind of isolated there. We've got some rocks that come out here, so a pretty decent rock point that comes through here. Got more stick-ups back in this area too, just kind of all by themselves. And there's a ramp back here as well. I scroll in here, you'll see it. There's a ramp back there, and that's more of a private ramp. Those are the ones I'm talking about. They're little isolated areas. Got some additional brush that comes through here, and then I think we're gonna cut it off here. We don't really go too far back here. I didn't see too much on the bank line, and I don't really know how safe it is to run back here. I know there's a ton of trees and things like that, but I did want to show you guys this. There's a really good creek channel back here. And I'm going to draw this back to March of 2014. You'll see what I'm talking about. This creek channel starts way up here, comes down, and kind of shoots there. And then there's another one that starts here. Actually, it's right here. It comes through here, and then it starts making this big S, and you'll see it. So I went ahead and marked it for you guys. If you're a cat fisherman, these are always great places to find catfish. This is also great places to find great big bass too. So take a look at the creek channels. This one, especially because if I look at it, it looks like it has some pretty significant drops on the sides, and that's always really good. If there's a lot of timber around it, things like that, that'll make it even better. So not sure how good that creek channel per se will be in that area, but creek channels in general usually produce a lot of fish. All right, so I'm going to move up here. We're going to talk about all this stuff right in here, and then we'll go back to 2016. So up in here, there's a really good creek channel. This one goes way back in here, and you can get your boat pretty far back in here. I think we can get, we usually go, I think somewhere around in here in this area before we turn around. You can see a real significant channel there, so I went ahead and marked the channel. All the different curves, the bends. If you're just going to focus on the creek channel itself, just focus on the bends. Everywhere it turns, set your boat up and cast this way, or set up and cast across it. There's all kinds of different ways you can do it. It also depends on the wind too. So anyways, there's a real good creek channel there, and there's another one that's up here, and this one actually goes right up against the bank line. So right in front of that dock, comes down, makes a swing. It's in front of that dock as well. And then this dock right here's got it too. So these docks are good docks for sure. Again, this creek channel comes here, makes a real good bend right here. I wouldn't doubt if this could be a good spot right in that area. Comes over here and basically goes underneath this dock, and then pretty much just kind of blows out here at the end of that ramp where you see I have it marked. Then we're going to move on over here to this side. Off of that point, there is some debris. All these trees in here. You don't really see this when you're out there fishing. You don't realize there's trees underneath you. People just fly through there. But you got some really good debris that's right here off this point, and it's kind of secluded. There's not a lot of stuff around it. You've also got a little hump that's out here. And then if I come back in here, this is really juicy. This creek channel looks really good. It's got some good stumps, things to fish around. A couple brush piles in here. Good brush there. Got some more brush in here with some creek channels, additional brush, more brush. It just keeps continuing on and on and on. Looks really good. So anyways, those are all of our creek channels. For some reason, it looks like that's doubled up for some reason, so I will get that fixed. I don't know why that's showing two of those. Then we're going to move over here. Not a lot going on in these little coves. Just plain old bank lines, but again, move that to 2016, and it's not plain anymore. Now you've got stick ups, so you've got all kinds of stuff to flip. Flip that, flip anything you see. Anything you see sticking up, flip it, flip all that. Fish this point, and then this point is actually pretty interesting. You'll see it on the contour map. I know we said we weren't going to go and talk about the contours. Actually, I'm too far ahead of myself here, so I'll come back. Let's go back and look at these. Some more buck brush here, out here, and here. More and more stick-ups, buck brush, whatever you want to call it. This is what I wanted to show you guys. Do you see this right here? See this nice fine line? You can definitely tell there's something there. So then if I draw that back, 2014, now you can really see it. So you got a real hard line that's right here. So these are always good areas to fish. Off this point's a good area to fish, and the back side of that is a good area to fish as well. So take a look at that when you're out there, and then when you're out there, go back in the back of this cove. Back here, I caught a 6-pounder back here in January, right in this area, right here where this little ditch is. So take a look at that area too. Mama might still be back there. I doubt it, but she might be. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on up. This path I went ahead and left in there. Again, if I put paths in there, guys, be super, super careful with these. These are not proven. All I can do is just make a path based on what I see on Google Earth. So there could be stumps under there I can't see, things like that. So just take it easy, take it slow, and just use this kind of as a guide to get through the trees. I will tell you that I have ran this path a couple of times, so I'm pretty comfortable with it, but I still wouldn't go up there and run 80 miles an hour. Through there. Just take it easy. You'll be able to make your way up there no problem. Just follow that little path. So once we get up to the top, and by the way, on this left side, just didn't see much worth pointing out to you. It's just a lot of dead space, just not a lot going on there. So I went ahead and skipped that. This takes you up to this river. That'll actually take you all the way to, I think they said it takes you all the way to Greenville if you want to follow it all the way up. But I went ahead and marked the creek channel here so you can see all the creek channels. And again, not sure why that's doubled up, but I'll get that fixed before I put those points out there. Here's all your creek channels. And then we are going to move on back to here. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. All right. Right here, we got another creek channel. So you can see here, coming through here. Looks really, really good. And then we're gonna move on down. Not a lot going on in here, but there is a good ramp that's right in this area right here. So you'll see it here. Again, this is one of those, private ramps we talk about, or ramps that don't get used, old ramps. These are good areas. So take a look at this. There's also some good rock around here. And if I move this up to 2016, you'll see there's some rock right around that ramp. So take a look at this. This looks good. There's some debris in here too. I didn't mark that or didn't even see it really, but there's some debris there you could probably fish as well. We're going to keep on moving down. I'm going to leave this on 2016 because now we're kind of getting back into where there's rocks and there's ramps. There is some debris off that point. I didn't notice that before. I thought that was actually out of the water, but maybe take a look at that and then look at all this good rock that's right here on the bank line. A good ramp here as well. There's those rock piles I was telling you about earlier, but if we look at it in 2018, those rock piles are under the water. So those are always good spots to take a look at, especially right now, springtime. Got some brush pile down in here. Now this one doesn't look, you can't see it as much on 2016, but if I draw it back to 2014, you can really see it. So I got a good brush pile in there. So you crappie fishermen that are out there, have a heyday on that, and I'll see you there as well because I know there's bass on there too. Now I'll move it back to 2016. Don't see too much going on past there. You do have those stick-ups again. These are a little bit isolated out there in that pocket, so look pretty decent. Got some more stick-ups in there. And then moving on down, we've got some isolated rock that's out here. And then it just pretty much starts right here. I don't know what's going on in here. This might be interesting to fish. It looks like a really good ledge there, but I don't know how high that water gets. But that rock will actually run down that bank line. Through here, there's an old boat ramp here. And then I think you're pretty much restricted. You may not even be able to get to there. You're restricted from here because that's a restricted area, but you may be able to get back in here and fish these rocks. If you can, you've got additional rocks that are back in here. You got some more that are over here off of this point, and a little rock point that comes out there as well. So that is a hot spot too. And this right here looked really interesting. This looked like an old ramp or an old roadbed. I couldn't really tell what it was, but it's at an angle, a very strange angle. It's not the right angle for the boat dock at all, but it has some really good rock piles underneath it. You can see the rock piles here. They both go out. If we pull it back to 2014, you'll see right here they come out really good. So good stuff there for sure. All right, and then we're gonna keep on moving down, and I think we're getting pretty close to the old bridge. Yes, we are. So we got some more rocks that are down in here. This one you're not going to be able to see very well because it went back too far. Let's bring that back up. Here you go. Now you can see where the rocks are along this edge. You've got some more debris and stuff along here, and then you've got a ramp that's right here too. So again, another private ramp, but this one's got a lot of chunk rock, debris, concrete, all that good stuff. So take a look at that. That could be a good spot for you. And then moving on here, some additional rock that was right around in this area, right by this dock. So you can't really tell in this image, but you definitely can in that image. Now, it'd be interesting to say if this dock is still all jacked up, because if it is, there's debris in the water, and those fish will relate to that debris. So if that dock is messed up, or if you're out there on Tawakoni and you see those messed up docks, or if you see those old dock pillars, fish all that stuff. That's golden stuff to be fishing around. So you got the rocks there, and I think we're back at 276 now, back at the boat ramp. So that really finishes up for the north side of Lake Tawakoni. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Again, this is a great lake to fish. If you get a chance to go out there, maybe skip Fork for a day and try out Tawakoni. You'd be surprised the quality of fish that this lake has. It really produces some really, really good fish. So anyways, appreciate you guys. Please hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't. And if you want the card, I've also got the SD cards out there. You've probably seen the little banner flicker at the bottom. But simplisticfish.square.site, that you can go out and you can purchase these waypoints. It'll include both the north and the south side if you get the waypoints for Lake Tawakoni. Until next time, guys, hope you catch your PB. Take care.